What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is your review for the Real Housewives of Potomac season 6 episode 17. If y'all are watching this anytime after the air date, today is Halloween and this is my Halloween makeup, just so you know. Okay, I don't want nobody looking at this in 6 months going, what the hell was wrong with her? Got on my Halloween makeup. Okay, anyway, it is the season finale, and the whole finale is about Kern renewing her vows with Ray, and so we see them going through, the final preparation, talking to their coordinator. Unfortunately, Karen's daughter is not going to be able to make it because she is sick. They said that they think she has kidney stones. So I know that was a couple of months ago. So I hope whatever is going on, she's much better now. And I'm sorry she had to miss it. But her son will be walking her down the aisle. She said, listen, 25 years ago, he walked down the aisle and gave me away. He going to do it again. I said, I know that's right. Then we have a double date. Robin and Juan and Ashley and Michael. And honestly, I just think it's an excuse for Michael and Juan to hang out because they like each other. They friends. I don't even know what the hell they talked about. But no, seriously, they did talk about, they talked about general stuff. They talked about the vow renewal. They talked about, and then, just getting caught up kinds of things they talked about. So 2 things important. One, talked to Michael about making up with Chris. He was like, listen, I think it'll be good for y'all to just sit down and talk so y'all can clear the air. And Michael's thing is, look, I ain't even really mad at him about the stuff he said about me. Like, it is what he said about me. But I do have a problem with what he said about my wife. And, I'm just not really feeling that. So, Juan was like, I get it, I understand, but I really feel like y'all need to talk and clear the air. Now, honestly, I feel where Michael is coming from. Like, for as much as I'll rock with Michael and as much as I really don't care for his character, he has a valid point. Candiace has said, and before y'all get in my comments and talk about the horrible things that Ashley has said, we know Ashley has said some stuff. But I understand where he's coming from because, again, I'm not having this argument with nobody again. I understand where Michael is coming from because no matter what I say, people are going to be like, nah. So I ain't even. The other thing they talked about, they started talking about kids. And they started asking Robin about, having kids. And are they ready to have kids? And what they're doing. And do they want to have kids before they get married or after they get married? And what the situation is. And Robin started talking about how, well, when, I had the kids before, I was sort of by myself. Me and Juan weren't in a good place. And a lot of the child rearing was left up to me. She was like, I don't even think Juan changed the diaper. And Juan was like, what? He was like, come on, Robin. Like, and so Ashley tried to get them off the hook and was like, well, was that at the height of your career? I mean, is that when you were traveling around a lot? And he was like, well, yeah, I was still playing ball then. And I feel like that was Ashley's way of kind of like slide the conversation forward and get away from it. But Robin wanted to kind of dwell on the fact that Juan wasn't there and, she did all the work and she had to do all the heavy lifting and Juan just wasn't around. And you could tell he was getting irritated. You could tell it bothered him. You could tell he did not like what she was saying as it relates to Juan and whether he was there or not as a father. Now, that comes into play later on because I'm going to go ahead and knock this out because ain't no need. Later on, we see her moving into her suite. Remember a couple episodes ago, we saw her touring the little warehouse facility. So she did rent out or lease a space for them embellished hats that's been out of stock for the last 6 months. And I know they've been out of stock for the last 6 months because every week on the Whether You Like It or Not panel, we have been checking the website, okay? And they have been out of stock. They even at one point had where you could pre-order, but they even took the pre-order down, all right? So I don't know what you're doing in this new space that you was moving into, Robin, but it ain't making hats. Now, moving on. So again, she brings up the baby thing with Juan. Well, you know, if we're going to be serious about having a baby, now this is okay. Let me tell y'all what happened, and then I'm going to tell you what I think the storyline part of this. Well, I'm going to tell you the storyline part because I'm going to forget. Honestly, I think Robin is trying to set up a storyline for next season, and the storyline is going to be her trying to have a baby. That is what I honestly think it is, because Robin, read the room. He clearly got irritated when y'all were on the little double date. So now, in front of the cameras again, you want to open up this conversation. And once again, you're saying the same thing. Well, you never changed the diaper. And I just need to make sure that before we have kids, that you are going to be there. And you're going to be 100% on board, because you weren't there with Corey and Carter. And I did this and I did that. And he was like, Robin, that was 13 years ago. I'm not that person anymore. Like, I get it. I hear you. But why do you keep like making it, you know, bringing it up? And so he left. He took his mic off. He went out to the car. He was getting in his car and he was leaving. And so she followed him out because she was like, bro, we got to finish this scene because we're trying to set up our paycheck for next season, okay? You know I'm already hanging on by a thread. So I need this little bit of storyline that I done came up with and conjured up, because we know good and damn well Robin ain't having no damn baby. But neither here nor there, we got to pretend for the cameras, at least make it seem real. And he was like, what you're not going to do is keep talking about me on camera like I was an ain't shit daddy. Like, I don't like that. I got a problem with that. You making me look bad as a father. And at the end of the day, I'm not that dude. Okay, yeah, I probably cheated on you a couple of times, and I was out and I was running the streets, and I had, you know, between my job traveling and my other women. Okay, fine. You was in the house by yourself a lot with the churn. I get that. I own it. I accept it. I thought we had moved forward from it. That's what I thought we had done. But now, every time I look up, you throwing it at me. You bringing it back up on camera. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want me to say. But what I want you to do is stop bringing this shit up, okay? And he rolled out. And Robin was like, are you serious? It's not that serious. See, that's a quick way to irritate my soul. Stop talking about something ain't that serious, and we are literally having a whole argument about it. Clearly, it's serious to me. And it should be serious to you if it's really about what you say it's about, which is you really trying to make this out to be y'all seriously trying to have a baby, which, like I said, I don't buy it. Robin would have to be like Cardi B on the MTV Awards pregnant for me to believe that this is a real storyline, okay? But neither here nor there. But I understand where Juan is coming from. Like, listen, at what point, like, he said, why do you keep making this out what I didn't do or what I did, and why you never want to address what Robin didn't do? And I was like, ooh, now that sounds like a can of worms that you might not want to open, Miss Robin. But I understand where Juan is coming from. It's like, listen, if we are going to get back together and we are going to get remarried, we got to at some point leave all that in the past. Like, stop throwing that shit in my face, whether it's true or not. I don't believe Juan ain't changed not near diaper now. He probably ain't changed a lot of diapers. But I refuse to believe that he done had 2 kids and he ain't changed not one diaper. But if that's the case, then the problem is you, Robin, and not Juan. Because ain't no way in hell. But that's okay. My thing, though, is if y'all are sincerely going to try to make a go at a second go around, then y'all really, truly, both of y'all need to leave that shit at the door. Like, you can't keep throwing it up in his face what he didn't do. You just can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. Candiace, her mama, and Chris went and signed her record deal. I mean, this was a long scene of her talking about how much she wanted to be a singer. Yada, yada, yada. And now her dream is coming true. Her mama was there. Chris was there. And they were asking questions. Whatever. The album is out, child. The one thing he gonna say, the record guy, the record exec is gonna say, he gonna say, well, you know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then we gotta do a big push on social media. Candiace gonna say, oh, well, I got that covered. I'm great on social media. So y'all know shady ass Bravo. Y'all know what they did. They're gonna flash back to last season at the reunion when Bravo Andy said, you are a disaster on Twitter. I concur. Anyway, so it is now time for the vow renewal. The ladies are getting dressed and getting themselves together. Now listen, this is what I'm going to say. Wendy, you knew that damn... Listen, Wendy, I defended you when them green-eyed bandits was coming for you and when they was talking about your clothes and what you had on. I mean, I defended you to a certain extent because I felt like some of the shit you was wearing was a bit much too. But not for the same reasons. I didn't think it was for the same reasons. But Wendy, you knew that dress was too damn small when you put it on. See, as a woman, and every woman can attest to this, whenever you are wearing a formal, I mean, anything that you know is going to be tight on you, whether it's a formal dress, a gown, whether it is, you know, any type of event where you know that you're going to be in some shapewear for an extended period of time, or you're going to be in some sort of a dress situation that's cinched and tightened and all of that. Listen, we all know that you got to do the test. And the test is sit down, stand up, bend over, get in the car, get out the car. There are certain tests that you have to give yourself before you put something on. Wendy, you knew that dress was too damn small when your ass put it on before you left the house. But you had decided that was the dress you was going to wear, and you was just going to make it and fit it, okay? Wendy couldn't get out the damn car. When Wendy sat down, I think she ripped something. And then the rest of the night, every time we saw Wendy, she's doing this. She is holding her dress up because her boobs are popping out of it. Wendy, that's not cute. You probably only needed about a half size bigger. You ain't even need a bigger dress. You only needed about a half size. Okay? Anyway, the guests started arriving to the party, and listen, from the outside, the venue is not cute. I said it when they looked at it. I agree with everybody who has something to say. From the outside, it is not cute. It looks like they're in the middle of some sort of an industrial park, okay? But on the inside, it is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, the problem, though, is that the open bar is up the steps. So as soon as everybody comes in, they keep being told to go up the steps. Now, you got these women in these 10, 20, 15-inch heels going up and down the steps. That was a lot. And I refuse to believe it won't no elevator. Now, I know for the purposes of a show, you wanted to see them women walk up and down them damn steps. But I know it was an elevator, and that's where I would have been, because ain't no way in hell. Either that, or I just would have been sober as hell, because I'm not going up them damn steps to get nothing. Well, I'm not going to say nothing. But not a drink. Anyway, shouts out to my girl, Cookie. I see you, girl. I knew you were there. You had told me you was there. But shouts out, you got a little screen time. I ain't going to tell y'all who Cookie is. If you know it, then you saw it. If you didn't, then oh well. But shouts out, my girl. So, Kern dress is beautiful. It is a beautiful dress. But Kern couldn't get up them damn steps in that damn dress with that train either. It took her a minute, honey. It took her a minute. But she came out and she was dancing, you know, working her way up to them steps. And her and Ray was giving each other the, you know, the eye. And they was boom, shaka-laka, and booming and shaka-laka in. And she got up them steps, and they renewed their vows. Now, of course, all the ladies are there. Juan, he came with Robin. Michael was coming later. So Ashley was there. Michael was coming later. But everybody came through. You know, all the ladies were invited, and all the ladies showed up, and I can appreciate that. So after we renewed the vows, of course, people were making little shady comments. And some of the comments, I don't disagree with what they were saying. I mean, like I said, from the outside, eek. Them steps, eek. Kern walking up them steps with that train, eek. I get all of that, okay? And I'm being honest, I probably would have been making some of them same comments. I'm just going to be real about the matter. If I had been there, I probably would have been making some of them same comments about some of the things. Okay, so it is what it is. So after the vow renewal, and Ray and Kern do their first dance, which was cute. Their first dance was cute. Macy Gray performed. She performed. Giselle told everybody she was dating somebody. She said he was a caster, a sports caster, or she didn't say sports caster, but I think she was. I don't know if it is or not. It don't matter, because at the end, when they give the little what everybody doing now, she ain't with him no more, so it don't. I guess it ain't no need to bring it up. But she did tell them that she was dating somebody. I don't know. That was really the biggest conversation. So then Mike shows up. Michael shows up. And it is awkward as hell. They just keep going back and forth between Michael, Juan, Chris. Michael, Juan, Chris. So finally, Juan is like, listen, let's just go ahead and have this conversation. Y'all need to clear this up. And Giselle was like, yeah, I mean, me and Michael have had our issues in the past, but we were able to sit down and we were able to talk it out. So, Chris, you know, you and Michael, I really hope that y'all can talk this out. And let's move on. Michael says, well, I could talk to you and work it out with you, Giselle, because you are an intelligent woman and you can actually hold a conversation. So, yes, I could talk to you and we could work it out. See, strike number one. But Chris still was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take that one. He said, Mike, listen, what happened last year at Juan and Robin's event was last year. Can we just move forward and we just let it go? No. Michael wants an apology. He said, well, I don't know. I mean, the way your wife talks about my wife, I mean, I don't know if I could just be cool with you with the way your wife acts. And Chris was like, okay. Well, what is it that you want from me so that we can move forward? Well, I don't understand how you're going to sit there and not apologize. And to Robin's credit, which I don't say that often, Robin was like, okay, well, Michael, let's not sit here and act like you don't do anything. Don't act like you don't do anything wrong. And Michael was like, well, what did I do? What did I do? He put his hands on me. He needs to apologize for putting his hands on me. Now, again, if we're going to rewind back to last season, Michael's drunk ass did walk up to Chris and tell Chris he need to go control his wife. That's a no-no. You don't tell nobody to control their wife. Chris did turn around, was a little aggressive, and told Michael to shut the fuck up or get the fuck out of his face or whatever. That was a little aggressive. And so as far as I'm concerned, it was a wash. As far as him touching you, he was telling you to get out of his face and get out of his personal space, which you had no right to be in. So I really feel like last year was a wash. Like, okay, you acted badly, I acted badly, let's move on. Now, but Michael wants an apology. He wants, I don't know, he wants Chris to grovel or what. Candiace is like the white privilege of it all. I'm not doing this. I can't stand this. And she gets up and she walks off. Again, I don't disagree with Candiace. I think Michael is very elitist. I think Michael is very arrogant. And I think Michael has a very everybody owes me something attitude. He even does it with Ashley. So I don't disagree with Candiace, and I don't even disagree with Candiace calling that shit out. Because again, Chris said, listen, let's move forward. You acted badly, I acted badly. Let's just move forward. Ain't nobody, I don't feel like either one of them, I mean, if they was going to apologize, apologies should have been given on both sides. But they agreed to squash it at some point, and they tried to get them to hug it out, and they was like, nah, too soon. Michael was like, but I'll hug you, Juan. And so him and Juan hugged. So then Chris goes up to Candiace, and Candiace is pissed off. Now, she does end up cussing her husband out, which is what he keeps telling us all year long, that she be cussing at him and talking to him crazy. Well, we saw an example of it. She told him, shut the fuck up and get out her face. Okay. But that was pretty much it. I mean, it's the finale. Next week starts episode 1 of this 4-part reunion. Listen, bravo. Just because you did it for Beverly Hills does not mean you need to do it for Potomac. Potomac did not give us 4 episodes worth of anything to talk about. Hell, Beverly Hills barely gave us 4 episodes. Y'all could have kept last week's reunion, part 3. Y'all could have kept that. So y'all didn't even have 4 weeks, and y'all had the whole Erica Girardi situation going on. There is not 4 weeks of anything to talk about. Nothing. So I don't anticipate the reunion be. I mean, for the exception, and the thing is, we all know that Nicki Minaj was there, so there's no surprise with that. But anyway, we'll get to it next week. That was pretty much how it went down. I mean, I could talk about how they was on the dance floor and G was asking for Mia, to dance with Mia. Like, there's some things we could throw out there, but for the most part, that's how it went down. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.